This is E, and welcome to Video Game Retrospective, where I take a look at some games I've played in the past and revisit them. This time we're taking a look at the Simpsons arcade game, which has recently been ported to the Xbox Live Arcade and the PlayStation Network. You can pick it up for about $10. So this game was developed by Konami and released as an arcade game in 1991, and it was the first Simpsons game, licensed Simpsons game, I should say. The voice actors of the TV show actually voiced the characters here as well, which is pretty cool. So Konami was on a really cool arcade game kick back in the late 80s, the early 90s, so the game is very similar to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game and also the X-Men arcade game. The Simpsons was ported to the Commodore 64 and also to computers soon after its launch in arcades. The plot. So arcade game plots are pretty simple because, well, you're not playing it at home. I'm actually just going to show you the whole cutscene of the plot setup because it's pretty short. The gameplay. If you've played a side-scrolling beat-em-up from the late 80s or the early 90s, you'll understand immediately what The Simpsons is about and how to control your characters. So there's a basic attack, there's a jumping attack, and there's an alternate attack, which is sort of just a different animation than your basic attack. You can occasionally pick up objects to throw and receive special items like health or weapons. The enemy varieties, it's okay. You're going to be beating up on the same couple of characters throughout each level. The game's short enough, and enough of the characters are, relevant to the Simpsons license that it never gets tiring. But, let's be honest though, gameplay has evolved pretty dramatically over the last 20 years, so you can't really compare it to the fluidity of a 2D side-scroller you'd see coming out today. So the game also features 2 button mashing mini games. They're just thrown in randomly. I don't know, it's not too much to talk about them. They're okay, I guess. You just hit a button really quickly. I don't know what else to say. What's really cool though are the boss battles at the end of each level, and especially the final boss, which is a throwdown with both Smithers and Mr. Burns, who shows up in a mech suit.
Welcome to your grave, sucker.
Another cool thing are the combined attacks. So, this game features up to 4 playable characters at once: Art, Marge, Lisa, and Homer. So every 2 characters, they can combine to perform a different special attack. And all you have to do to initiate this is stand still next to another player, and you'll automatically go into your combo mode. Funnily enough, I had to use this trick a couple of times when I was playing online because my partner stopped moving, and you can't scroll across the screen when your character is not moving, so I had to go over there, perform a combo attack, and basically carry them farther through the level. And speaking of online play, this new version allows for up to 4 players to play online. Unfortunately, lag is a pretty big issue. I tried playing online 3 times. The first 2 times I was joining in the middle of a session, and those were both so laggy that I had to drop out. I did start one game fresh though, and that game was a lot less laggy. It only became a problem when the 4th person joined my game, and then everything went to crap. Luckily, that 4th person dropped out pretty quickly afterwards, probably because he or she was lagging as well. And if I had to guess, I would say that the game doesn't run on dedicated servers, and they probably don't have a very complex host migration and host picking sort of thing going on. So if you want to play online, what I would suggest is starting a game from scratch, creating that game yourself. I wouldn't join one that's already going on in progress. So the game can be beat in less than an hour, which is, understandable considering it is an arcade game. They're not supposed to last half a day. The game world. The Simpsons license was used to great effect here. Without the license, honestly, the game would have been another generic beat-em-up. The characters and environments are really well designed. The levels themselves are really evocative of different Simpsons environments that you would expect to see. Although some secondary characters could have had larger roles. Krusty the Clown, Nelson, Milhouse, and Principal Skinner were all underused in my opinion. The legacy. So this was the first licensed Simpsons game. However, the Simpsons since then haven't had a great deal of really solid video games come out using their license since then. I mean, it's been 20 years. Anyway, the game itself has been a good trip down nostalgia lane, but for those who have never played any games in the 2D era and who are so young that they might expect this game to play like a 2D God of War, you might be disappointed. The game might feel dated to you. But for me, I mean, I remember playing this game, the arcade version as a little kid. We're talking 1995, 96, 97, when I was in elementary school. And I remember I wanted to go shopping every weekend with my mom just because there was a Chinese restaurant near the shopping complex, and it had this arcade game. It also had the X-Men arcade game, and that would be the only reason I wanted to go shopping. Yeah, good times, good memories. So if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Say something in the comments, subscribe to my channel, it all really helps me out. I plan on playing my Dreamcast a bit, so if you guys want to suggest some games you want me to go over, I will be happy to. If I don't have the game, I can probably pick up most Dreamcast games pretty cheaply online these days. Just don't suggest Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because there's like a rarity in those discs, so that's probably one of the only games I can't get for cheap. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you later.